Good evening and welcome to our Tuesday, July 7, 2020, Home Buyer and Business Opportunity Presentation. This is Valerie Navarrete from sunny Florida, and it's my honor to introduce you to Mr. Charles Whitman, our host. Charles, how are you doing today? Let me unmute you. There you go.
Okay, great. Can you hear me well?
Now I
Okay,
hear you. I hear you now.
great. Thank you so much, Valerie. And it's a pleasure to have you here. So it's great. I always like to hear new voices and see new faces. And fundmyhome.org is starting to ramp up to where people are going to really see what we do. And part of this overview is a demonstration. We can't give you everything. You know how the commercials go and wait. There's more. And if you order now, you'll also receive. Well, if you come on board, what you're going to find yourself is in a better place. Make the commitment and just put your business ethics behind yourself. I mean, this is a business. This is not a sign up. This is not an MLM. This is something where you're providing a valuable service to help folks make the transition from rentership to home ownership. And that's what we do. So, as if you're an insurance agent or you're an accountant, you're providing a service for folks, but you learn how to provide that service and bring something of value and help them solve their problem. So I always felt that if you can solve a problem or bring value into someone's life or into a situation, then that person's coming out better than when you met them. And that's what gives us the feedback and the joy of doing what we do. So it's worth learning everything you need to learn. And then from there, once you feel confident, then you could share everything that you've learned with everyone you meet and everyone you know. So, Valerie, it's a pleasure to have you on board. I know you're out there in Miami Beach. Ooh
Oh,
la la.
yes. Oh, yes.
Things are swinging out there, and you're right by South Beach. And I used to live out there for a couple of years. I had a few businesses out there, and South Beach was really the pinnacle of why people go from all over the world and end up in South Beach. But you live right there and get to catch the horizon and the sunsets and all the fiesta that Ocean Drive has to offer.
Right where the action is.
Exactly. And as far as the real estate market, the action's there too. A lot of folks are striving to get out of rentership and they're caught in that paradigm. So, how does it feel to be able to offer this program? And especially where you are in Miami, is it exciting or is it not
You
exciting?
know, Charles, it's actually amazing. It's amazing. This business is, financially speaking, it's very good. I'm making money. I'm happy. But the joy of giving somebody the opportunity to have something that they never thought they could achieve is priceless. I feel very happy that I put my tenants into this program, and it's very rewarding, very rewarding. And you know what else, Charles? I actually have one of my people that signed up as an affiliate was somebody that was unemployed due to the COVID.
Mm.
Now this person has the opportunity, this gentleman has the opportunity to have an income as well. So it's triple rewarding being on this business.
Absolutely. And that's why we're here. So, without any further ado, let's start our business opportunity overview. We're going to start out with a small segment. I know you love this, Valerie, also. It's a projection of others
Yeah.
achieving that homeownership dream. And they're really projected, they really give the definition, whether it's being part of a community or just having something you could call your own. So, I love
Oh,
this segment.
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I love this segment. And we're going to continue with the rest, and then we're going to invite another co-host on, Mr. Lawrence Bond, and always love to hear from him. He gives a great, great recap. And you guys are in for a treat tonight. So thank you and welcome all guests that are on tonight. Enjoy. Homeownership
Thank
Matters.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Charles.
that you can establish yourself and establish.
Homeownership matters. Homeownership matters. Homeownership matters.
I think in the long term, it's a great investment.
It certainly is an investment in the future.
It gives us financial security.
Hopefully it'll be theirs one day.
I always wanted to buy a house.
When you rent, you don't get as much in return. You invest in a home when you buy a home. So it was extremely appealing to us.
Coming from generations of people who've owned land and homes, if you didn't have anything else, at least you had that. So it's something that you definitely want to keep and you want to be able to pass down.
When you own your own home, it's an investment really in your entire life.
Being a homeowner gives you a sense that you can establish yourself and establish traditions and make your house your own.
Although, I make a decent income, for me to have a program that allowed me to get a home with a little bit down and still enjoy the benefits of homeownership was a huge incentive.
I can build on this home, I can change this home, I can pretty much do anything I want to do because it's mine.
There's so many people around the world that don't have that opportunity to have a roof over their head. And I think owning a home where it's clean and comfortable, that is an American dream. I think it should be a dream for everyone.
Given us a sense of stability, yes. And it's made children feel secure.
As they grow together, their families grow together, their kids grow together, they build memories in a home.
Even with today's economy, it's still an American dream to be a homeowner. You feel like you're not successful unless you own your own home.
You are part of the community. You have a bigger voice than if you are a renter. Renting, we never had a say.
It just gives me such a great feeling to know that I've helped someone with home ownership.
You have an investment in the neighborhood, you have an investment in making sure that property values stay afloat, that the neighborhood has a certain appearance. I think the things that got you to the neighborhood in the first place, that you sort of buy into that pride.
Homeownership matters because it's an investment in the future. An investment that, that we can be proud of and that we can grow in.
Homeownership matters because it gives people the opportunity to grow and really become part of something bigger.
Homeownership matters because it connects you to a community.
Homeownership matters because it's your home. As an American, as a part of your community, as a place to raise your children.
And homeownership matters because it's an investment. It is part of who we are as a society.
Homeownership matters because it makes families stronger, it builds communities, and it really is the foundation of our nation.
I think home ownership matters because it's a true reflection of who you are.
Homeownership matters because it's yours and you can make it your own.
Need down payment assistance or a business opportunity? Introducing FundMyHome.org, a peer-to-peer social media referring society. Key benefits of what makes our down payment assistance and business opportunity so different and attractive. No application or broker fees. 5 to 7 day approvals. Close in 30 to 45 days from signed purchase agreement. Close with zero or little out of pocket. Owner occupied for residential properties up to 4 units. No income limits. 580 credit scores and less than 580 credit scores. Non-repayable. No liens or second mortgages. Student loan forgiveness program. Not limited to first-time home buyers. No products to sell or consume. No competition. Enhanced customer loyalty. For the people by the people. No licenses required. Doing well by doing good. What is FundMyHome.org? FundMyHome.org is a down payment assistance program managed in collaboration with Real Estate Mortgage Grants and Down Payment Assistance Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, providing homeownership opportunities. Zero down payment. We provide home buyers with money for down payment and closing costs. Our goal is to help bring home buyers to close with zero or little out of pocket. FundMyHome.org is not a lender. Nevertheless, FundMyHome.org helps its preferred lenders approve more home buyers by helping to provide funds needed for down payment and closing costs. Also, on a case-by-case basis, it may provide home buyers with the funds they need to pay off old collection accounts. This helps to lower home buyers' debt-to-income ratios, therefore increasing their purchasing power. No income limits. Unlike most down payment assistance programs from cities, counties and states, which limit home buyers' income to only 50 to 80% of their area median household income, FundMyHome.org does not have income limits. Working the proper sequence. Cities, counties and states require home buyers to first enter into purchase agreements with earnest deposits before applying for their down payment assistance. FundMyHome.org approves homebuyers before they engage sellers into purchase agreements. Non-repayable down payment assistance. Unlike most cities, counties and states, which give down payment assistance in the form of zero interest, deferred payment second mortgages, our down payment assistance is non-repayable. It is gifted without liens or second mortgages. Funds are wire transferred at closing by the 501c3 nonprofit organization. Student loans. FundMyHome.org helps banks approve home buyers who hold high student loan balances and are defaulted student loans. FundMyHome.org helps home buyers burdened by student loans. This is done by restructuring all accounts, whether current or defaulted, which then yields drastically reduced loan balances, terms and payments. Lower student loan payments means reduced debt-to-income ratios, which then means increased purchasing power. Paid as agreed, restructured student loans boost credit scores, which then improves homeownership opportunities. This is neither credit repair nor a temporary fix. The restructuring of student loans is permanent, valid and lawful. Now, let's talk about student loans for a moment. As of June 2018, Forbes reported that the total U.S. student loan debt was $1.5 trillion and that approximately 44 million people had student loan debt. The average student loan balance per person is near $40,000, while some people owe $100,000 or more. Listen to these folks. An average, 44 million people own nearly $40,000 each in student loans. The challenge with that is that high student loan debt and/or defaulted or delinquent student loans hinder homeownership dreams. The good news is that FundMyHome.org, with its student loan forgiveness program, can help home buyers achieve their homeownership goals even when they have defaulted or delinquent student loans or have high student loan debt at the time of their initial application. 580 credit score. FundMyHome.org helps approve home buyers with credit scores as low as 580. On a case-by-case basis, FundMyHome.org will attempt to help approve home buyers with less than 580 credit scores. FundMyHome.org also helps home buyers increase credit scores by helping to insert their rental history, utilities, mobile phone bills and insurance payments on their credit reports. Less than 580 credit scores. FundMyHome.org will help approve home buyers with less than 580 credit scores, provided that 1. They do not have active back pay child support, do not have active judgments or tax liens, do not have foreclosures, deeds in lieu of foreclosures or bankruptcies in last 3 years, and do not have defaulted federal loans. 2. They pay for the cost of inserting 2 years of rental history, utilities, mobile phone bills, and insurance payments on their credit reports. The approximate cost of inserting 2 years of rental history is $151 per person. 3. They pay to restructure current, delinquent, or defaulted student loans at an approximate cost of $400. Please note, FundMyHome.org has temporarily deferred the cost of restructuring student loans. 5 to 7 days approvals. Applications can be decisioned within 5 to 7 days of receipt of home buyers' completed application and supportive documentation. Close in 30 to 45 days. Home buyers typically close within 30 to 45 days of signed purchase agreements. Best of all, with FundMyHome.org, there are no application fees or broker fees. No first-time homebuyer classes to take or pay for. No income limits. The down payment assistance is non-repayable. Nevertheless, homebuyers pay for their own credit report, $39. Their earnest deposit to their sellers, which FundMyHome.org recommends that homebuyers have a minimum of $3,000 for earnest deposits. Their appraisal reports at an average cost of $450. Their home inspection reports at an average cost of $350. Please note that U.S. veterans and those purchasing homes inside USDA-designated areas will always recover their initial out-of-pocket expenses at closing, as well as those who FundMyHome.org is able to bring to close with zero out-of-pocket. Some conditions may apply. Payday. Once your homebuyer enters into a purchase agreement, your job is done. FundMyHome.org pays $3,200 per transaction, paid down between you and 8 levels of overrides. Compensation takes place upon the culmination of the property inspection period, provided that homebuyer remains under contract. You do not have to wait until the transaction closes to get paid. There are never chargebacks. Even if transactions fail to close. Weekly payroll, what comes in on Thursday is paid on Friday. Coming soon. What we have on the way. Nationwide TV campaign. As you know, we are preparing for our nationwide TV commercial, which will air in 47 states. Our TV commercial campaign is expected to generate strong interest from down payment assistance recipients. Certified FundMyHome.org associate members are expected to participate in the cost and response of this upcoming TV commercial campaign. This cost to associate members is payroll deducted. Callers are pre-screened by professional operators at the call center, working for the TV production company, for 680 credit scores, $85,000 yearly income, time frame and W-2 employment status. Our goal is to create 1 million new home buyers. Pay it forward. Share the FundMyHome.org opportunity. It starts with you. Together we can achieve our 1 million new homeowners challenge. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the next slide, we will showcase FundMyHome.org's lucrative compensation plan, which pays $750 in marketing fees plus overrides paid on 8 subsequent levels. All totaling $3,200. Please note that FundMyHome.org does not pay for recruitment, it pays for personal production and overrides from the production of your team. Also, keep in mind that personally sponsoring new associate members is one of the only 2 necessary qualifiers needed to receive overrides. The second qualifier needed to receive overrides is the personal submission of at least 1 down payment assistance recipient per year. Okay, so let's talk about the marketing fees. Of course, you know that when you bring someone who gets down payment assistance from FundMyHome.org, you earn $750. You also have the option of building a team that can go down 8 levels of overrides. So to qualify for 8 levels of overrides, you have to personally sponsor 8 new associate members. If you want to qualify for 4 levels, you would then personally sponsor 4 associate members, etc. So let's give you an example of what would happen if you personally sponsor 3 new associate members, and you and they each refer 1 down payment assistance recipient for the month. In this example, you would earn $750 from your own transaction, plus $500 overrides from each referral brought in by your 3 personally sponsored associate members. For a total of $2,250 for the month, which is not bad for a part-time situation, and only having a total of 4 people in your team. In this next example, if you personally sponsor 8 new associate members, and they sponsor 1 new associate member each, and you and they each refer 1 down payment assistance recipient per month, which is only 12 transactions each per year. In this example, you would have a total of 65 associate members in your team. Your income potential would be $20,350 for the month. A significant amount of money, ladies and gentlemen, for only having 65 associate members in your team and personally referring 1 down payment assistance recipient per month. And if you're looking at the chart, you can see how the $3,200 in marketing fees is paid out between you and your team. $750 is paid to you on your personal production, then the rest is paid as overrides down to 8 levels. $500 in the first level, $450 in the second level, $400 in the third level, $350 in the fourth level, $300 in the fifth level, $250 in the sixth level, $150 in the seventh level, and $50 in the eighth level. All this totals $3,200 in marketing fees per referral. In this third example, if you personally sponsor 8 new associate members and they sponsor 2 new associate members each, and you and they each refer 1 down payment assistance recipient per year, not 1 per month, only 1 per year. Ladies and gentlemen, in this example you would have a total of 2,041 associate members in your team and would earn over $23,000 for the month. A significant amount of money. Now, in this final example, if you personally sponsor 8 new associate members and they sponsor 3 new associate members each, that means that you would have 8 associate members in your first level of overrides, 24 on your next, each level increasing by multiples of 3 for a total team of 26,241 associate members. And if you and they each refer 1 down payment assistance recipient per year, not 1 per month, only 1 per year. Ladies and gentlemen, in this example your income potential would be well over $200,000 for the month. An extraordinary amount of money. All of this while providing your friends and family the opportunity to achieve their homeownership goals. A sustainable duplicatable system. No products to sell. No products to consume. No mortgage or real estate license needed. FMH does not pay commissions. FMH pays marketing fees. No FTC concerns. FMH does not pay for recruiting associate members, therefore it may never be called an illegal pyramid. Highest income potential. FMH pays 1,000 times more per transaction than what other direct sales companies do. Once you've built your team, your associate members will never leave you. Home buyers are required to publicize their down payment assistance on their social media when they get a clear to close before they close. This, ladies and gentlemen, will result in more interested down payment assistance recipients for you to service. In fundmyhome.org you have an ecosystem. Home buyers become associate members. And associate members become home buyers. We, on behalf of our staff, our associate members and our down payment assistance recipients, thank you for your interest, support, and participation in fundmyhome.org. As we honor God in bringing our endeavor and the ownership of our company onto His hands, grace and glory, and pledge to honor God and His Son Jesus with our wealth. Every month fundmyhome.org will donate to a charity or choice funds needed to benefit other home buyers and the communities where our associate members live. Put God first. And now, our joint praise and prayer in Jesus' name. Dear God Almighty, as we raise the endeavor and ownership of our company into your hands, grace and glory, and as you have not given us a spirit of fear, but the power of love and of a sound mind. We are so happy and grateful now that you have now and forever forged a clear path for our success and the financial abundance of our members. That you are guiding and protecting us, giving us love, divine light, feelings of peace, tranquility, trust, conviction, strength, adequacy, confidence, wisdom, happiness, gratitude and forgiveness. That you are giving us the ability to share and bestow these loving truths and energies onto everyone we know and everyone we meet as we have now raised our consciousness. We are so happy and grateful now that you have now and forever allowed us to elevate our mission and purpose, spiritual growth, and prosperity consciousness onto you, our God Almighty. Thank you for giving us the drive and ambition necessary to accomplish our goals, cause and mission. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you, God. This, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our brief overview of our powerful common sense business opportunity. This is your company and together we will succeed. We invite you to share fundmyhome.org's amazing down payment assistance program and powerful, lucrative, unparalleled and personally rewarding business opportunity with all your friends and family to take a part of the Million Homes Challenge. Together we'll create 1 million new homeowners. Goodbye for now. And remember, put God first. God bless everything you do. And our company.
Well, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing us to share our business opportunity overview. And I kind of like wordplay, folks. You know, if we take the word opportunity, I believe it's more of a blessing. So what we should be doing is I love to share a great blessing with you as opposed to an opportunity. Although opportunity is only as good as what you do with them, but the same way blessings work. Unless you're ready to receive a blessing, then you cannot utilize it for its greater purpose. So I hope everyone receives the blessing, the information we shared this evening. And just to do an extra measure of a recap, I'm going to invite on board Mr. Lawrence Bond to go over everything in detail. So Lawrence, are you there with us? Lawrence, are you?
I don't see Lawrence here.
Okay, well, what I'll do is then I'll do a measure recap. So, you know, to condense it down, folks, so you can understand what we have here is a model that was provided for the city and municipalities for folks who are looking to make a transition. And we've taken that model, but we've improved upon it. So here it was, there were square wheels on that vehicle. And what we did was we rounded out the wheels so people can actually get places. After all, you don't know better until you've had worse or until you recognize worse. So we're in a great place with fundmyhome.org. What we've done is we've taken the regular standard credit score of 660 for these programs, and we brought it down to 580. And even folks who have below 580, they can utilize our credit supplement program. Now, these programs are done by outside agencies that are very professional and they do a thorough job. But nonetheless, Fund My Home right now is willing to fit that expense. So if you need an extra measure to bump up your credit, use the supplement program. Let the individual that's assisting you to achieve home ownership, your associate member and grant specialist, let them know that what your credit score is, get a verification of that, and let them submit the credit supplement program and let you achieve that dream of home ownership by taking you over 580 credit score, which will be acceptable by our preferred lenders. The next is we have the student loan program. So the student loan, we call it a forgiveness program, but it's really restructuring that student loan. Normally, they would expect and calculate that if it's a $100,000 loan, 1% of that would be $10,000, well, actually $1,000. And 1% is $1,000. I'm sorry, bear with my math, but $1,000. Now let's figure how what they take in consideration is that if you're going to get a loan, that would count as a debt of $1,000. So that would bring your debt to income ratio. It will bring your debt up, which will unbalance you. So you'll have a high debt to income ratio. What we do is we restructure that so it actually builds your FICO score, and it also maximizes your potential of the price of home that you can qualify for. So that's really phenomenal. So that and other components that we have added into our pre-qualification process, we actually implement and add that automatically, and we fit the expense for it. So that's not an out-of-pocket expense at this time, of course, till further notice. So it's another incentive that we're going to do everything possible to help it, this be a fit for you to help you make that transition from rentership to home ownership. The fact is that the city grant programs, they stretch out about 6 months to a year. So folks that have actually done the program have really not shared a great experience. There's a lot of paperwork. The orientation classes that are mandatory, you have to basically sit through them. You have to take off work, take your time to go through them, and you charge for that. And then there's a lot of paperwork. And even after you've achieved getting a grant from the city municipalities, they actually monitor you. Okay, so even afterwards, you can be in default and have to pay that back. Plus, you have to live in the house for a period of time. So it ranges anywhere from 5 to 10 years. But true home ownership means that, you have a title to your home. And if you choose to move out of the neighborhood in a couple of years, you could do that, or 1 year, or even 6 months after you've achieved home ownership through our program with fundmyhome.org. So there are no restrictions. So what that spells out to me is true freedom. So, the whole objective is to not be tied down by all the stipulations and to not have those walls of roadblocks. What we do here at fundmyhome.org, we build bridges and we create probabilities and possibilities. So if you're aspiring to become a home buyer, of course, everything is subject to a bank commitment. So once a bank sees you in good standing, you have bank activity, and also folks have heard that we expect for you to at least have not only the bank activity, but have some reserves. The bank doesn't want to look at it as if you have no money in the bank, but you want to get a mortgage. And if you come out with a USDA program or a veterans program with in regards to that. So as I explain these things, if you haven't found out for yourself, you could see the difference. So remember when I said you don't know better till you've had worse, or you understand that those programs, and I wonder if they're really designed to help make a difference in the community's life. Usually they do have a preferred lender, which is usually Citibank or Bank of America. That's really, it's a lead generation. They're trying to pick the cream of the crop, the folks that are in better standing. The rest of the folks, sorry you didn't qualify, and they go on their way. But we stepped in to create this program to be able to achieve its underlying objective, is create a housing movement by qualifying more folks so we can stimulate that market and create homeowners and home buyers. So now that you have a better understanding of where we come from and where we've derived this business model, in attachment to that, we reward folks greatly for doing kind of a little bit of work. If you break it down, The educational and qualification process takes about 45 minutes. That's the time you should spend by going over the videos, watching it with them, going over your grant calculator, pre-qualify them, and then the counseling call that you set up after the system says green lights go, they're a good fit for fundmyhome.org. After you register that customer, then you simply call the counseling department. They will have a counseling session, which is approximately 20 minutes. But we want you to make sure that you fully educated your client. And we also have a backup for that. So the client is going to take a quiz to make certain that all their questions were answered and all the blanks were filled in. This way you have a confident, willing home buyer to complete the process and go all the way to homeownership. So it's really an easy peasy transition, and we've streamlined it to where it just gets easier and easier. And we haven't even touched base on our builders program and all the other aspects, but you can learn about that on your back office. And also on the YouTube channel, we have a plethora of information, all the trainings and even the segments we do on Monday to that will be recorded, and you can always reference them if you miss something. So you have everything you need to succeed. It's up to you. All you need is the desire for success. Now, we do have a Doodles video, and that's going to be showcased in the back of your office. Everyone will receive that, and you could share that out with folks. But your back office showcases pretty much everything. So the facing of your back office will have that Doodles video. They can watch that. That's about 2.5 minutes. And it's a cartoon. Yes.
Shall we? I have the doodle here. Shall we share the doodle with them in the commercial?
Yes, Valerie. And thank you so much for being so conscious of that. That's actually what I was going to get to next. And then I was going to set it up for us to showcase that. But thank you so much. You know, you're such a good steward. Make certain I do my job well. But I know you knew coming on board, but you've seen how I would showcase that at the end. And then I was just going to state that we're going to actually showcase that for folks who haven't seen it. So everyone's going to receive that once you come on board. Just want to make it clear that we're not the type of company that we're going to charge you every month so you can participate. It's a $49 one-time registration. So you can register in your back office. And once you come on board, you'll have an entire back office to work from. It was really state-of-the-art. We just revamped it. And, you know, Carlos has done a wonderful job at taking care of that. So everything that we talk about comes into fruition. And if you just dedicate yourself to your underlying success, everything will work itself out. So at this point in time, and thank you, Valerie, we're going to showcase and end our presentation. And don't forget to invite your guests, because we take care of the heavy lifting. We'll present the opportunity. And a simple question is, do you see an opportunity for yourself? And what do you like best about what you saw, and have a conversation? And this way you could talk about the other features. And the last is, do you have any additional questions before we partner up and make a commitment to your success? And I will help you and assist you. Make a commitment to your partner. And there are some things that I always expect from a partner, and I like to keep it simple. Respect my time, match my efforts, keep your word, always be honest, stay consistent, and just be prepared to see a great blessing that this opportunity has to offer. So without any further ado, we're going to end our segment, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night with your guests. And Valerie, if you have any words, I'll let you present the TV commercial and the Doodles video, and then we'll close our segment. God bless, and I'll see you guys at the top. Valerie?
Thank you, Charles. Here comes the doodle.
What if there was a national company working in collaboration with a 501c3 public foundation, major lenders, title companies, realtors, and builders in order to provide home buyers with the non-repayable grants they need to cover a substantial portion of their down payment and closing costs? What if that company went a step further by making these grants available without income restrictions and helped home buyers increase their purchasing power by paying off old collections, reducing credit score requirements, and collaborating with banks in order to bring them to close with zero or little out of pocket? What if that company created a business opportunity as a peer-to-peer social media referring society that pays its associate members $3,200 in marketing fees down to 8 levels for every home buyer that entered into a purchase agreement, even if that purchase agreement never closed. That company has arrived. Let's say that your friend wanted to buy a $250,000 home, and the typical amount needed from her to purchase that home without assistance was $20,000. Thanks to you telling her about us and our down payment assistance, she would need less than $5,000 to close, and maybe even zero or little out of pocket to close. You heard me right, zero or little out of pocket. Additionally, she may decide to become an associate member and refer John, who then refers other home buyers. When that happens, everyone would earn substantial income from making homeownership happen. With us, associate members earn override commissions. Our company pays $3,200 per transaction down through 8 levels of associates on every purchase contract that their buyers enter into, even if that transaction never closes. No waiting for the sale to close. You are paid within days of the signed purchase agreement. The best part of this is that our associate members don't need a mortgage or real estate license and don't have the added responsibility to process transactions. There will be associate members who will build large teams and earn tens of thousands of dollars per month, even hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Will you be one of these associates? You can get started as either a home buyer or an associate member today, maybe even both. Get back to that person that sent you this video and let's get you started. Contact this associate member today.
Do you think purchasing a home is out of your reach? No matter how hard you work, you can't save enough for a down payment. Bills keep you from growing your savings. Have you been denied a loan even though your income has increased? You think there must be a way. Actually, there is. A nonprofit program exists which allows you to get down payment assistance with no repayment requirement. You heard correctly. The nonprofit organization will assist you with a down payment with no repayment required. Also, you will not be charged a broker fee. You may qualify no matter how high your income level. You will not be charged an application fee to see if you qualify. You may be able to move into your new home in 30 to 45 days. And your closing costs may be zero to very little money. Act now, because this nonprofit program may not be available in the future. Call this toll-free number. Live operators are standing by. Call now to see if you qualify to move into your dream home.
And this concludes our presentation for tonight. Thank you, Charles, and thank you for attending our presentation tonight. I hope we were able to show you how foundmyhome.org can help you as a future home buyer, or if you'd like to join us and become a grant specialist, and how we can help you secure a lifetime of income. And remember, we will help you 1 million families to become homeowners. That's the goal. Get back to the person that invited you here tonight for more information on what you need to do next, and have a good evening. Thank you.